Are you trying to decide between the Momcozy S9 Pro and the Momcozy S12 Pro? Then this video is for you. I believe the Momcozy S9 Pro is the pump for you if you're looking for a budget-friendly pump that also comes with a really long battery life. On the flip side, I believe the S12 Pro is for you if you're looking for a pump that prioritizes comfort as well as control over your pumping session. So when we have a look at both these pumps, they do look quite similar in shape and design, but there are some key differences which I am going to go through in this video. And first of all, we're going to look at the LED screen because I believe this is one of the bigger differences. So if you can see both these pumps, the S9 Pro has a much smaller LED screen to the S12 Pro. One of the biggest differences on this is the timer, and I love that the S12 comes with the built-in timer. I believe this function is fantastic for tracking your pumping sessions. The other difference between them is that the S12 Pro comes with an extra mode. So the S9 has 2 modes, whereas the S12 Pro has 3. They both have 9 suction levels, so they're the same in that. But the extra mixed mode gives you that extra control that you might want over your pumping session. So it is definitely something to consider. If we have a look at the flanges, so this is a single flange design. It's smooth across, it's just the one flange, whereas if you come to the S12 Pro, that's a bit tricky, you can see this extra flange in here. So this is the double-sided flange, and this is for better comfort and less leaking. So in terms of comfort, whilst they are very similar, the double-sealed flange does give you that more comfort. You can see too, size-wise, they are very similar. When we're talking about battery life, this is where the S9 Pro shines. It has a 180-minute runtime, which is about 7 to 8 pumping sessions, depending on the length of your pumping session, whereas the S12 Pro only has a 140-minute battery life, which is still really adequate. That gives you about 5 to 6 pumping sessions, so it is something to consider how long you're going to be using your pump for throughout the day. Are you a part-time pumper or a full-time pumper? So those are things that you might want to consider with battery life. That said, the S9 Pro does take 2.5 hours to charge, whereas the Momcozy S12 Pro comes with a fast charging 1.5 hours. So that 1.5 hours really does make it a lot quicker it's an hour less in the recharging time. So that's something to consider as well. I love that both of these pumps can be used singly or they can be used double. So you can have one on charge while you're using the other one. And there's no left or right, which I think is a great feature. They both operate under 50 decibels, so they are quite quiet. And then what I do like as well about the S12 Pro, it does have a memory function feature. So when you turn your pump back on, it tells you where what your last pumping session was, which is a great little feature. And the other main difference between them, though, which is a biggie, is the price. So the S9 Pro is the more basic, or it's the base model in the Momcozy pumping brands. So you do lack the features of the double sealed flange, the LED screen, there's no timer. So that is something that you are compromising, but at the same time, the price is a lot cheaper. So this is where I say, depending on what you're wanting, if you're wanting a budget-friendly wearable pump that comes with a long battery life, the Momcozy S9 Pro is for you. If you're wanting a bit more control and comfort with your pumping, then I highly recommend the Momcozy S12 Pro. That little bit of extra price for me is worth the added features that you get.